Hey guys, welcome to Cheers to Progress podcast, where we discuss strategies and share empowering messages to help you improve every area of your life and move you closer towards your goals. I'm your host Zuzka, and this is episode 8. And today I'm going to share with you 7 proven ways to increase your energy levels. I personally use each and one of these modalities that I'm going to share with you because if I feel low on energy, I get nothing done. And fatigue and lack of energy is one of the major reasons why people can't find the motivation to exercise and even stick to a healthy diet. Because when we're tired, it's like we're just trying to survive. We're in this survival mode. So let me know if this sounds familiar in the comments below. And before I share with you the first practical tip, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. Thank you for that. I really appreciate it. So let's talk about the first way you can boost your energy almost immediately, which is with vitamin B12 injections. B12 can be only found naturally in animal foods, but deficiency in vitamin B12 vitamin is very common, and not only in people who eat vegan or vegetarian diet, because as we get older, our bodies become less efficient in absorbing this important vitamin. And even if you take B12 in form of supplement, it doesn't mean that your body can absorb it any better. You might be taking B12 pills and not feel any different. But if you do have B12 deficiency and you get injection with B12, then you're going to notice an increase of energy within a few hours. And that's one way to test for B12 deficiency, because you can't overdose with it. Even if you have plenty, your body will store any extra and use it later. So if you can feel the difference in energy levels after getting the B12 injection, you have deficiency. That's how I found out. And then my mom shared with me that she had to take B12 injections already as a teenager until adulthood because she was deficient as well. She only stopped taking the injections because her family doctor died. It's weird what your parents sometimes forget to mention to you. Because I remember how absolutely exhausted I was as a teenager, and I always felt that I had less energy in general than most people around me. I have the advantage of being someone who loves being active, and I can get easily excited about things I want to do, which is what I think gives me energy to do things. But if that wasn't my personality and I had to rely on my physical energy levels alone, then I think I would have zero motivation to do anything. So for me, finding out that I have B12 deficiency was hugely important discovery, life-changing. So now let's talk about why is B12 important and what it actually does. It's an essential component that helps make DNA, keeps our nerve cells healthy, and creates red blood cells. So deficiency in B12 can lead to anemia and all sorts of neurological issues because we need red blood cells for delivering oxygen into our tissues and muscles and brain. If our cells can't get oxygen, they start to die. So when you take B12 injection, your body can absorb it rapidly and utilize it almost immediately for creating new red blood cells that can carry oxygen into your tissues. They also carry waste out of your body, which is also very important for keeping your cells and tissues healthy. That then results in increase of energy because the cells in your body are nourished and can breathe better. Now, the second way that you can increase your energy almost immediately is with NAD plus injection. I came across NAD plus about a year ago and I have been using it regularly. Not as often as B12 because it's way more expensive, but I take it at least 3 times a month, especially when I need more energy for any important task or event. So in other words, I'm saving the more expensive injections for times when I really need that extra boost. And it really works like magic. When I take that injection, I can feel something happening within just a few minutes. And it's this strange feeling that's really hard to describe, but it feels as if some sort of energy or vibration was moving through my body. And it goes into my legs and feet first, and then it travels up all the way to my face. And the higher the dose, the more intense this feeling is for me. I don't know if this is what everyone else feels when they take the NAD+, but that's just my experience. And after that, it usually takes a couple hours before I start to feel more mental clarity and increase of energy and motivation. So what is NAD+ and what it does in your body? Since NAD+ is a key enzyme that is required to convert fuel into energy that powers muscles, circulates blood, and initiates the repair process for damaged DNA, it's important for generating ATP as well, because that's the body's primary form of energy. But it also helps boost enzymes responsible for protecting our cells against stress and damage. It stimulates neuroplasticity, it reduces neural inflammation, and promotes mental sharpness. NAD+ will also boost your metabolism, increase your energy, and improve your mood, because NAD+ have been shown to increase the feel-good hormones. And when we're young and healthy, our body has naturally more than enough of this enzyme, but the levels start to decrease as we age. And there's a lot of research now and a lot of excitement in the area of boosting NAD+ levels as a way to reverse aging. So, these are so many important benefits of increasing NAD+, because it makes your body work more efficiently on every level. It can help with weight loss, workout performance, your ability to burn fat and look younger, and so on. The only downfall is the price of these injections. It's not cheap. The good news is that researchers found that the commercially available form of vitamin B3 called nicotinamide riboside, or NR, I don't know if I said it right, also known as niacin, is a powerful precursor to NAD+. So the role of NR, this vitamin B3, is to synthesize NAD+ in the body. And the research shows that NR can boost NAD+ by 40%. And there's a company that makes NR supplements that I want to try, so I ordered them to give it a shot. The company is called Elysium, and it costs about $50 a month, which is much cheaper than the injections. However, if you have the money and you want to spend it on yourself, then go for the injections, because those are way more potent. You can also combine these two options like I do, and only take the injections before any important event or task for which you need that extra boost of energy. I get the injections from agelessrx.com, and just FYI, I'm not getting paid for talking about any of these companies. I'm just sharing what I use. The third way of increasing your energy levels is by drinking Yerba Mate. It's a tea that increases your dopamine levels, and dopamine is also known as the motivation hormone. So when your dopamine increases, you feel like you're ready to take on projects or do a workout. You have more motivation to stick with a healthy diet. Yerba Mate contains antioxidants, caffeine, and several nutrients that can increase energy levels, physical performance, focus, memory, and It can also support weight loss. I personally feel way more energy from drinking mate than from regular coffee. And it doesn't give you the jitters that coffee does. It also stimulates the release of GLP-1, which is glucagon-like peptide made by neurons in the gut and in the brain that reduces hunger and appetite. And this is an important recent discovery, and it's being used to treat type 2 diabetes, and also it's used in new drugs to reduce obesity, and it's been also shown to be pretty effective. So Yerba Mate can also improve insulin signaling and lower blood sugar levels, and it's very effective in reducing nerve pain and headaches, and traditionally it's been used to help treat depression or reduce depression. I am very much in touch with my body and emotions, so when I drink Yerba Mate, I can feel the effects immediately. I find it quite magical because it gives me almost instant boost of energy and motivation. And as someone who used to wake up hungry every morning, it still amazes me how well it works to reduce hunger and cravings. This is what helps me stick to intermittent fasting or time-restricted eating in the mornings, because it kicks my butt into gear, and I'm just not feeling hungry in the mornings anymore. The fourth way to increase energy immediately is to take a cold shower. And if you're going to do it, make sure you also get the top of your head and the face, because it's going to positively stimulate your blood-brain barrier, which is really good for your brain, and also your vagus nerve. This is really good for your autonomic nervous system. What it does is that it promotes better cognitive function and it reduces stress. The cold shower will also naturally boost your dopamine levels for hours and making you more excited and motivated for the day. And let's not forget that it has a very positive effect on your metabolic health, because it increases the formation of brown fat, which is very metabolically active form of fat, and it helps in weight loss and getting you lean. I used to be quite sensitive to cold of any type, which is also a sign of hypothyroidism, by the way. Anyways, like I said, I used to be quite sensitive when it comes to cold. So it took me a while to get used to the cold showers, and I started with like 5 seconds of cold shower. But then over time, I increased it to 3 minutes, which is really the minimum time you want to spend in cold shower to get all those amazing benefits. And it may not feel super pleasant while you're taking the cold shower. However, the feeling right after is so euphorical, it's hard to describe. You're going to feel simply amazing, and your skin and muscles feel immediately tighter. And the burst of dopamine lasts for hours. And the best thing is that it's free and it's readily available for everyone. The fifth way to increase your energy levels is via clean ketogenic diet and intermittent fasting or time-restricted eating. The clean keto diet means that you're eating wholesome foods that are high in good quality fats, moderate in protein, rich in fiber, and very low in carbohydrates. The keto diet can basically mimic the effects of intermittent fasting and make it sustainable. Intermittent fasting has been used as a healing modality for thousands of years because it lowers inflammation, it improves mitochondrial health, increases NAD+ levels. People can think clearer when they're fasting. It improves sleep, makes you less irritable, and increases alertness. But it's quite difficult to sustain long term because we can't be always fasting. We need to eat eventually. The good news is that we found out that ketogenic diet is a way to get the benefits of fasting without having to constantly fast. Besides, when you fast for too long or too often on a regular diet, you will lose muscles. If you do that in ketosis, then your muscles will be spared. And Having muscles is also incredibly important for being able to generate energy. People who have very low muscle mass will also have very low energy. And the difference becomes way more apparent as we get older. And what's more is that when we combine keto diet with time-restricted eating, such as the classic 12 to 20 hour fast, where the window of opportunity for fueling your body is shorter, then we're basically supercharging the positive effects. Both keto and intermittent fasting increase the natural levels of NAD+, that's the key enzyme I talked about earlier, the expensive injections. And as you already know, NAD+ is incredibly important for converting fuel to energy. It gives power to our muscles and it circulates blood. And what's also very important is that both keto and intermittent fasting are powerful tools for improving our mitochondrial health and function and biogenesis, which means that it supports the formation of new mitochondria. The more healthy mitochondria you have, the more energy you have, and also a faster and healthier metabolism. So quality and quantity are both important when it comes to the mitochondria. And without mitochondria, there is no energy. And I also mentioned this in one of my previous podcasts, that if you take a healthy mitochondria and put it into cell that has cancer, the cell will become healthy, and vice versa. If you take a sick mitochondria and you put it into a healthy cell, the cell will become sick. That's how important mitochondrial health is. The sixth way you can increase your energy levels is absolutely free and accessible to everyone. It's breathing exercises. It doesn't sound very exciting, but if you find breathing exercise that works for you, it can be truly life-changing. The thing is that breathing exercises have been used in ancient practices for thousands of years, and over the time people came up with their own versions and variations. For example, the famous Wim Hof method or the oxygen advantage methods have used ancient techniques and modern science to create their own breathing exercise methods. There are many different breathing techniques, from yoga that can increase your energy levels, such as the breath of fire, where you basically focus on exhaling rapidly for a few minutes. I personally enjoy doing the 2 short inhales and longer exhale as a pick-me-up technique. This method of breathing was popularized by Andrew Huberman, and if it comes from Huberman, you know there's gonna be some serious science behind it. We all love Andrew Huberman, right? So the breath goes like this. And make sure that you're breathing through your nose. Sometimes it takes just a few reps to feel more energized, and other times it makes no difference whatsoever. I find that it depends a lot on my current mental and emotional state. And my absolute favorite breathing exercise is the one that Dr. Joe Dispenza teaches in his seminars, and you can also find it on his website. It's short, but it makes me feel better every single time. It's used for Kundalini awakening and creating electromagnetic field around your heart chakra. And you can combine it with visualizing, drawing the breath from the root chakra all the way up to the crown chakra while squeezing the muscles in your pelvic floor and your abdomen. And then you hold the breath until it feels uncomfortable. And then you relax, breathe normally, and then you just do it a few more times. It takes only about 6 minutes, but it does have the power to make me feel lighter and just more positive. It almost feels as if this breath work removes blocks that keep the energy stuck in the body. I try to do this technique completely on my own without any guidance, but It's just not the same. I feel way more energized just from listening Dr. Joe's voice and the invigorating music that he uses in this breathing exercise. And the music is actually pretty badass. It makes you feel like you can do absolutely anything. Speaking about feeling like a badass, the last way to increase energy that I'm going to share with you today is with high intensity training. High intensity training is basically any type of strenuous exercise. It could be interval training, weightlifting, strength training, cross training, and anything that raises up your heart rate anaerobically and stimulates the type 2 muscle fibers. Those are the fibers that are built for short, powerful bursts of energy. Now, I should also mention that these workouts don't have to be long. There's constantly new research coming out and showing how powerful 12 to 30 minutes of high intensity training is for our overall health. It's another way to improve our mitochondrial number and function, increase our metabolism, balance blood sugar levels, and improve our brain health. High intensity training is known to be anti-aging because it increases the production of all the important hormones that are keeping us young and strong and full of energy. High intensity training is used in patients with autoimmune disease such as lupus, where people are experiencing severe fatigue. It's been shown that over the course of 12 weeks of progressive overload and 12 to 30 minutes of high intensity exercise, patients have reported having significantly more energy. And it has, again, a lot to do with the fact that high intensity training supports the energy generating mitochondria. High intensity training is also now used as part of cancer treatments. There are all kinds of articles online that you can Google if you want to look into it, but basically the studies have shown that there was 72% less metastatic cancer in participants who reported regularly exercising at a high intensity. And I even had a client in my 8 Pillar of Fitness program who shared with me that one of her friends managed to successfully beat cancer, and one of the things she was doing was high intensity exercise almost every day. There's been also studies that have shown that high intensity interval training can slow down Parkinson's disease. So what's happening now is that high intensity interval training is becoming very popular in the medical field as a healing modality that increases people's energy and improves their physiological function. And if you've been following me for a while, then you know that high intensity training is my jam. That's what I've been teaching and doing for myself for the past at least 16 years of my life. And I created Z Gym, which is an online subscription club where you can work out with me daily from the comfort of your own home and enjoy all the benefits of high intensity short workouts that give you energy and have the power to significantly improve your overall health and resilience. So as always, thank you for listening if you're on my podcast, and watching if you're on YouTube. And if you found this episode helpful, then hit the like button and subscribe to my channel for more practical tips. I'll see you guys next time, either here or in the Z Gym with my workouts. Cheers to progress.